Imagine you weren't born in a sterile hospital, but in a rotten alleyway of East London circa 1695. Your mother's a penniless seamstress. Your father's a nameless convict shipped off to the colonies before you even drew your first breath. Instead of milk, they poured cheap ale or devil's killer, bottom shelf rum, down your throat. It was the only thing that numbed a hollow stomach and cost less than clean water. By the time you're 10, you're a professional rat catcher or a dockside thief, crawling through port sewers to find scrap iron or lost buckles just to stay alive. At 18, your journey almost hits a dead end. You're standing outside a tavern when men in uniform surround you. A quick blow from a musket butt to the skull, and suddenly you're a volunteer on a royal frigate. They called it the press gang, but it was state-sponsored kidnapping. You wake up in the open sea, surrounded by the stench of rotting timber and hundreds of souls as miserable as you. Under the crown, you are nothing. For the slightest delay or a defiant look, they introduce you to the wooden horse, or lash you with a cat o' nine tails until the skin on your back looks like raw steak. Discipline here isn't fueled by patriotism. It's fueled by a primal fear of the officers. Your diet? Salt beef that has the consistency of an old boot and weevil-infested hardtack that you have to soak in rum just to make the larvae float to the top. But in 1714, the war ends. The king simply tosses you overboard without a cent in your pocket. There's only one road left. The Caribbean. You head to Port Royal, the ultimate sanctuary for the lost and the damned. There are no laws here, only the scent of gunpowder and the taste of easy money. You meet a man whose name makes governors tremble, Captain Vane or someone even worse. He has a void in his eyes and a pair of pistols on his belt. He asks, "Do you want to die a slave or live like a wolf?" You sign the articles. This is your new constitution. It spells it all out, exactly how much gold you get for a captured prize, the compensation for a lost limb, and the fact that the captain is an elected official, not a god. Your new home is a schooner. She's as fast as a thought and as nimble as a snake. You are the perfect predators. Your weapons aren't elegant rapiers. They are heavy boarding axes and meat cleavers. In a cramped deck fight surrounded by smoke and blood, a long sword is just a liability. A heavy blade is your ticket to survival. Your pistol is a lottery ticket. One shot, and then it becomes a heavy piece of iron used to crush skulls. Your artillery consists of fire pots, clay jars filled with sulfur and pitch. You hurl one onto an enemy deck, and it turns their world into a living hell. You don't wear a uniform. Your wardrobe is whatever you stripped off a dead Spanish aristocrat. A silk shirt stained with someone else's blood and filthy trousers. Your toilet is a shaky plank hanging over the abyss at the ship's bow. One slip during a storm and you're shark bait. You sleep right on the deck, clutching your musket because the stench of stagnant bilge water in the hold is enough to make you black out. Rain is your only chance to wash in 6 months. Your flag is a message. When a merchant sees that black silk, he has a choice. Surrender now and live, or resist and be slaughtered to a man. The hunt begins. You run down a heavy merchantman like a pack of wolves cornering a wounded cow. A cannon shot is just a good evening. Your captain knows that terror hits harder than iron. He might wear a mask or light smoke flares to look like a demon from the pit. It is death's theater, where the grand prize is gold and life. The hulls collide, the screams begin, and grappling hooks bite into the wood. You leap into the unknown with a knife between your teeth. There are no rules of fencing here. It's a survival brawl where you bite, shove, and hack through anything that moves. Then comes the hold. Sometimes it's gold. Sometimes it's just stinking sugar or animal hides. Piracy's a casino where the stake is your head. After the job, you head to Tortuga. This is a city where a conscience is sold for a bottle and the law ends at the tide line. You take your cut to a fence, a fat rat of a merchant who buys your loot for pennies because he knows you have nowhere else to go. You blow a year's worth of an honest sailor's wages in a single week. Rum flows like a river, cards take the rest, and dockside girls with white leaded faces give you the French gift, syphilis. The cure? Swallowing mercury and hoping it kills the disease before it kills your kidneys. A week later, you're naked and penniless again, lying in the mud outside a tavern, but you have your tattoos, your only passport. If the sea spits your body onto a beach, those markings are the only way you'll be identified. In your ear is a heavy earring of solid metal. That's your insurance policy. Payment for a gravedigger so you aren't fed to the dogs but returned to the earth. It's 1718. The times are changing. Governor Woodes Rogers has arrived with the Royal Navy and a crate full of nooses. He offers an amnesty. Your old bosun drops to his knees, kisses the paper, and by the next morning, he's hunting you. Yesterday you shared a bottle. Today he's sharpening an axe for your neck. You go all in. You hoist the sails and blast through the fire, because it's better to burn out in battle than to rot in a dungeon. You are an outlaw forever now. There is a bounty on your head equal to the cost of a small estate. But the real enemy isn't the Navy. It's scurvy. It kills slowly. Your gums turn black, your teeth fall out, and old battle scars that healed 10 years ago suddenly rip open and start bleeding again. Your body is literally disintegrating. If a leg gets shattered in combat, there is no surgeon. They drag you to the carpenter. He'll saw off your limb with the same blade he uses for deck planks. Your anesthesia is the gulp of high-proof spirits. Your bandages are a bucket of boiling pitch to cauterize the stump. If you survive, you're a cripple with a peg leg that slides on a wet deck. The end is always the same. They catch you drunk. After your captain got spooked and hid in the hold, leaving only a few diehards on deck, they haul you to Jamaica in irons. The trial lasts exactly as long as it takes the judge to finish his coffee. The sentence, death by hanging. You stand on the gallows, smelling salt and rotting fish. Beneath you is the high tide line. The hangman tosses a tarred rope around your neck. The drop, and you dance your last hempen jig in the air. Even after death, they won't leave you be. They'll coat your body in tar and lock you in an iron cage, a gibbet at the harbor entrance. You'll hang there for years, your bones bleaching in the sun, serving as a landmark for others. The gulls will take your eyes, and the crabs will pick at whatever is left. You become a legend, a ghost story for children. Your final tally, 30 years of life, most of it spent in filth, fear, and pain. You stole a fortune but died a beggar. You didn't kill many, but they'll make 100 movies about you. You paid with your life for the right to never bow your head. Today your skull is printed on children's T-shirts, and your favorite drink is in every bar. You lost the war, but you won immortality. As for you, sitting there behind your screen, would you have the guts to sign that contract with the devil?